Hello, my name is Sandjar Kozubaev. This is Cracking Public Space Open, designed for public librarians. This research was done in collaboration with Dr. DiSalvo, who is my advisor and co-author on this paper. I'd like to start with a short story. In 2018, Forbes published an article titled, "Amazon Should Replace Local Libraries to Save Taxpayers' Money." The article generated so much outrage and controversy that Forbes pulled the article a few days later and apologized for publishing such a misinformed opinion about libraries. But it also underscores, exemplifies rather, a paradox of sorts that can be seen in public libraries, at least in the US. On the one hand, libraries are irrelevant and should be disposed of, and on the other hand, they have never been more vital to community life. Libraries are often seen just as a service that you get in exchange for taxes that you pay. On the other hand, they're seen as a cornerstone of a functional democracy. On the one hand, libraries are sites of liberation and openness, and on the other hand, they can be exploitative and oppressive to the people who work there. And this is intensified by the ongoing decline of public spaces, austerity policies, as well as market logics that seem to penetrate all aspects of public life. These sets of conditions motivated our research, where we wanted to reframe libraries and librarians to account for these paradoxes, opposing forces, and the daily reality of public librarians. And in this paper, we propose to do that through the notion of infrastructuring, which has been taken up in HCI and CSCW research in quite productive ways in recent years. The concept of infrastructuring understands technological change by focusing away from things towards relations that they enable. In that sense, it's always ongoing, situated, contextual, and contingent. Our research was conducted with the Fulton County Library System, which is an urban library spanning over 30 locations and serving hundreds of thousands of people in the Atlanta metro area in the state of Georgia. When we engaged with this library, they were undergoing a series of renovations and new construction, which stimulated conversations around the future of libraries and this theme of constant change and adaptability to change. So let's look at some of the themes that we've uncovered around infrastructuring in libraries. The first theme speaks to the idea that collection management, specifically of physical books, can be used as nurturing and fostering community identity. So it's not just a simple transaction of exchange. The second theme speaks to libraries as sites of political activities. In many ways, public libraries are still contested spaces, and libraries are in a position often to mediate this contestation in various ways. The third theme speaks to the growing number of programs and services that libraries have to design and deliver, not only within the library walls, but also outside of them in the community in different areas. The fourth theme is about influence of commercial interest and market logics in not only in the technologies and tools that librarians use, but also in their daily practice. I'd like to share two examples that demonstrate how these themes come together. The first is friends groups. So these are very loosely affiliated networks of people, usually volunteers, that engage with different activities to support libraries. So in this case, the example is a book sale. So this is a way for volunteers to raise additional funds and resources outside of normal budgetary processes and city politics. The second is a library in the park, and this is an example where librarians worked with city administration and used their own professional and social networks to allow to design a program that, in this case, a story time for children in a public state like a park. So they're drawing these resources together in ways that haven't been before. Through these themes and examples, we propose several design provocations under the umbrella of the term called Cracking Public Space Open. The first provocation is a design for everyday heterogeneity and contingency. The second is designing for quasi-legitimacy. And the third is designing for longevity at a small scale. In the paper, we go into greater detail around these provocations and how HCI design can contribute to improve the conditions of librarians and public libraries in general. I invite you to read the paper and look forward to hearing more of your feedback and comments. Thank you.